G'day and welcome to Let's Try Zen Puzzle Garden. So this I accidentally started before, although I didn't accidentally start it, I accidentally didn't record my initial play. But this is a puzzle game, it's by Alexa Luffel. I'm pretty sure I got it as part of the Alexa Luffel bundle many years ago. Same people that did the Chocolate Castle. And so this is a puzzle game where we are setting up Zen rock gardens. So we got a little monk who we move around. They can go onto the sand to start raking. You don't turn corners while you rake. You can't move over where you were, and you need to complete every corner. Right, it looks like there's also leaves that will come up and stone lanterns that can be pushed around. So there are further elements. I will restart the puzzle. You will undo the first move, and you can adjust the speed. That's actually really cool. I quite like that. I probably shouldn't have just skipped over the credits, but that's quite neat. And yeah. So to do one of the early puzzles, basically you can just do this kind of thing. The trick is to avoid ever hitting a situation where you need to do this kind of thing because you're stuck and then you turn to sand and everything is ruined forever. So yeah, and then this is actually a super easy puzzle because you okay, instant mode doesn't let you use the keyboard anymore. Let's change it to fast mode. Fast mode is still a mouse based one. Right. And then fast mode is off. Oh, so you gotta turn right. So this just means the game runs faster, and the other one means okay. That's super. That is a really nice feature to have. I actually think I prefer using the keyboard. Okay, there we go. And now let's move on to a puzzle I haven't done before. Right. So here. Let's just try this as your basic approach, and then we do this. That's fine. Now, I think I just may have goozled myself because I need to get this and this, and since we bounce off, we can't reliably do most of them. So let's reset that puzzle. Right. So that's, in fact, basically a reset animation. So I think you want to do something like this, right? And then you can do this to help with that last piece. And then that lets us now do this. I quite like the look and feel of that. And then I can do that. I kind of like, so it's interesting, right? There's a lot of puzzles where the goal is there should be one way to complete this puzzle. And that is it. And here, these are not puzzles which have only one solution. There's a bunch of different solutions, I'm sure. There's just certain key pieces that you need to understand in order to get a solution. And the game doesn't care if you've got the one solution. So it's a different perspective on puzzles. So I've been watching a fair amount of stuff on Sudoku lately, and the entire point of a Sudoku is that you should have enough givens that you 100% reliably know exactly exactly what is needed to complete the puzzle, right? There should be there should, in theory, never be a situation where you need to guess to figure out what the correct move was or should have been to complete the puzzle. Let's see. If I do this, I think I can do something interestingly tricky. Maybe I can't. Let's see how we do. So what I want to do, so I want to be able to get in and do something with this, right? And I can go back in on myself, but no, it's not going to work with that. That's a pity. It was a really nice idea for a moment there. So I think I need to undo those. Let's see. Do need to think about this, so I can't just go off on a tangent while I play. At least not all the time. Does that do anything? No, that definitely does not work. Does that work at all? So here we can go in and out like that. That's no problem. But that doesn't help because if we go in here, we kind of have to go down and that ruins everything. If we go over here, no. I think that's the trick, is the interaction of those rocks. I mean, one option is to try and do this, but that then splits us with 3. I don't think that's what you want. I think you need to be able to go in, out. Like, okay, so, I mean, let me just think about what the implications are for a 4-sided rock, right? This is a nice, easy access one. You want to be able to go in and out on 2 sides so that you can then kind of bounce off it the other ways as well. That's the simplest one. And anything like this wrecks that. But if we were to have previously gone here and say, if we started doing this, right? And we could then do something similar with this. And that lets us do that. So the trick then is here. But we can still get in and out because we can go through like so. And that works. And then I can go in and out there. But the trick is, do I need to have first done something with this? Would it have been better for me to have gone in and out there before doing those last 3 steps? So like this. And then here you go in and out. But how do you then do the last part down there? Well, that I can go in, out, around. But then I've got this problem. Definitely being an interesting problem for me here. So I could do that, but that's not going to really help. So like this definitely can get in and out of. And then the problem is how I do that part. So this I can do. But then it's this bit. Because here, if I go in and out, I'm cutting off this. And this shape does not work. So how do I do that? All right, this shape worked. That shape worked. That shape worked. Right. So I mean, this shape worked. This shape worked. This last shape works, but doesn't work as well with this. So one option is if I go so I could like go up, over, there. No, that's a terrible plan. So I can go like up, there, up, around, down, but then I still am stuck here. You can't finish the puzzle until you get off the sand. So that's your trick here. So maybe I've just gone about this part the wrong way. Maybe I needed to do something here, and then cover both of those at the same time. Like, what if this is actually a good line to draw? How would it be a good line to draw? Because I get the feeling that, I mean, this is a death knell, right? What if it was like oh, yeah, I can't do it like that. And then if I do this, the directionality is really what makes this an interesting set of puzzles. Although that actually works. That works nicely. And so it's really about like this cutting it into quadrants. Yeah, no, this all works. This works really nicely. Alrighty, yes, Ran, yes. We gotcha. Yeah, okay. Definitely enjoying just the basic puzzles of this. And now we're gonna get, at what point do we get further things added? I mean, this is definitely challenging us, right? So this is all rocks. Rocks. And then, oh wait, that introduces a stone lantern. So stone lanterns can be moved, and they let us move slowly across, right? Yeah, okay, I see how that works. So that then suddenly lets us do other things. It changes the puzzle because you got the ability to stop. And then here you got this thing of, well, I assume you can't push 2. Yeah, okay, and that's the trick with that. So you're gonna have to move down, like, yeah. You'd need to do something like that, right? Except that actually isolates this lantern. Like so. So the trick is what? I mean, here I can do this, and then I can do this. So then the question is, have I messed things up with that lantern, which I just locked into a corner? And the answer is yes, I did. And I think that is a problem I'm going to have with the lantern regardless. But if I do, say, that, and then I do that, there we go. That all works out quite nicely, and you've got this pleasantly arranged garden in the end. Nice. Yeah. Really happy with that. So like I said, there's a whole bunch of like variations to these solutions. I'm sure not only is it that this particular arrangement of the lanterns isn't unique, but obviously this could easily be replaced with another pattern. These could easily be replaced with another pattern. I'm doing that purely because I like the look of it. But it could easily be like a repeating pattern going outwards. And a lot of like paper puzzles and that kind of thing deliberately try and force you to have only one solution. And look, so here, these leaves have to be collected in a particular order. So this is going to be a little bit more dependent on that. So here you apparently need, I believe, to collect all yellow leaves before all orange leaves, before all red leaves. So if I were to do something like this, then I could do... that did not work out, actually, now I think about it. Because now I've got to collect this. And then it will go... Now that is interesting. Because that means that they actually are blockers. They're conditional blockers. Huh. That is super interesting. And that means that if you did something like this, it is a conditional blocker because we haven't got the other one yet. But if if I were to do that, by the same margin, it doesn't block it. And then this is all, in fact, a fairly trivial puzzle once you got that, because yeah. But that's really interesting, because then you get these patterns without any, undo, any of those signs. That's, cool. Conditional blocker, yeah, it lets you get patterns that are otherwise impossible. That's super cool. I like it. I like it. And now, this is something that I should check to see if they've ever put this on mobile, because I can see myself chewing through it there. There's also a designer, so you can build out your own. I see. And you can change spring, which does that. Cool. Right. And so I suspect if I were to go back to the main menu, and if I were to look at these, winter, autumn, summer, spring. That's a really nice little aspect where you change season, you get a new thing. I like it. I think that's really cool. Alright, so this would let us go, well, we're gonna build, I don't know. We could build a giant one, but not, wait, how? That is an interesting concept. You got no safe space. You're kind of stuck. So what happens if you just do this, right? I mean, I suspect right now, oh right, yeah. So it's not an impossible puzzle because you got the trees don't actually block movement. But yeah, you could very easily create a puzzle that is impossible. I guess that's one of the reasons why you need to test these things. But yeah, I do appreciate this is fairly simple designs. And I think this is possibly the easiest possible puzzle, except for a slight problem that I have built in, which is to say you literally do not have the ability to get at the end of this. Ha ha, it's an impossible puzzle. Good job, Ran. And then, yeah, so you can easily then go back and be like, well, actually, I need that gone. But yeah, you can build as many puzzles as you want. And so this is validated, I assume means you finished it. Neat. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there. It's cool. I don't know that I'm in the mood to sit down and play puzzle games like this on my computer that often. I do think I'm going to need to check to see if they ever made a mobile version of this. See you next time.